In the arid heart of the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan, a crater opens that seems to come straight from the darkest legends, an infernal abyss that has been burning ceaselessly for decades. Locals call it the Gate of Hell, a name that seems perfectly fitting for the surreal scene of dancing flames lighting up the desolate sand. This crater, scientifically known as the Darvaza Crater, is the result of a bizarre human accident that gave rise to one of the most fascinating and unsettling phenomena on our planet. It all began in 1971, when a group of Soviet geologists ventured into the desert in search of natural gas deposits. During drilling, the ground beneath them collapsed, revealing a giant underground cavern filled with gas. Fearing that the toxic gas would spread into the atmosphere, the geologists decided to set the crater on fire, believing the flames would burn out within a few days. However, what was supposed to be a temporary solution turned into a perpetual fire that still burns today, more than 50 years later. The Darvaza crater is about 70 meters wide and 30 meters deep, an enormous mouth emitting intense heat and an eerie glow visible for miles, especially at night. The flames, fueled by the natural gas trapped beneath the ground, seem to breathe, rising and falling with the wind, creating a spectacle that is both mesmerizing and terrifying. Despite the evident danger, this site has become a destination for brave tourists and anyone drawn to the idea of standing before a piece of hell on Earth. The origin of this phenomenon is closely tied to the rich presence of natural resources beneath Turkmenistan, one of the countries with the largest natural gas reserves in the world. However, despite the immense energy resources, the Turkmen government has recently considered shutting the crater down permanently for both environmental and economic reasons. The perpetual fire, in fact, represents not only a waste of precious resources, but also a source of atmospheric pollution. Over the years, numerous scientific and adventurous expeditions have tried to study the crater up close. In 2013, Canadian explorer George Kourounis became the first person to descend into the crater, collecting samples of microbes that incredibly managed to survive in the extreme conditions of heat and toxic gases. This has sparked the interest of biologists and scientists who see the Darvaza crater as a natural laboratory to study extreme life forms, similar to those that might exist in extraterrestrial environments. Despite its sinister reputation, the Gate of Hell in Turkmenistan continues to evoke a strange attraction. There is something hypnotic about seeing the Earth burn so relentlessly, an open window to natural forces that humans cannot tame. Perhaps it is this very wildness that reminds us how nature, despite our efforts to control it, remains unpredictable and untamable. The future of the Darvaza crater is uncertain. Turkmen authorities, while understanding the site's tourist value, have repeatedly expressed their desire to close this flaming wound in the earth. But as long as the crater remains open, it will continue to burn, drawing travelers from around the world, curious to witness firsthand what seems to be a true gate of hell.